is a hit. Good job. Jalen and Kendall, you are up next. Jalen, go ahead and give me your 2 coordinates.
150 west, 30 north.
Hold on one second. 150 west. And what'd you say? What was your north?
30.
30 north. You got it. That is a hit. You guys are getting the hang of this. Okay. Let's see who's next. Kendall, you are next. Jenna, you are on deck.
120 east and 15 south.
15 south.
No.
100, you said 150 east?
I know.
Right?
I said
You said, 50. Will you turn off your video, Kendall? I can't hear you. Thank you, friend. Okay, say your coordinates one more time. I'm sorry.
150 west.
Okay.
And 15 south.
15 south. That is a miss. Jenna, what are your coordinates?
What?
What are your 2 coordinates? Wyatt, you are on deck. Have your coordinates ready.
180 west and 45 north.
45 north, and you said 150 west?
Yeah.
All right, you sunk the ship. Good job, you guys. You sunk a ship. All right, Wyatt, you're my last friend for today. Give me a coordinate, 2 coordinates, actually.
He took mine. Because I'm like, okay, that's going to sink a ship. So I'll do 60 west and 15 south.
60 west, 15 south. Miss, but very close. Miss, but very close. Remember that, Wyatt. Okay, you have a 3-minute break. You need your math packet out. You need a pencil out. I'm going to turn the chat on if you'd like to say hi, good morning to a friend. You have 3 minutes to find your things.
Hi. Math packet.
Lesson 3.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you have about 1 minute to have all of your things out.
Goodbye. I did brush my teeth.
And you will be on page 63. You'll see a soccer bag and 2 soccer balls.
Goodbye, world.
Adrani, are you out of here? Bye, Adrani. There's an appointment today. You have 10 seconds to be on page 63 and have your pencil ready to go. Alan, your tooth is wiggly. Ooh, very cool. All right, we're back on host only mode. We have a problem here. And then we will go through, today is going to be, we're going to talk about this problem, and then I'm going to be sending you off to try some other problems today. Okay, I'm zooming in. Read and try to solve the problem below. So remember, we're working with word problems, and sometimes the word problem, we're on page 63, Shreya. Page 63. Pencil up so I know you're ready to go, that you're on page 63. Jane's ready, Sahaj is ready, Jet is ready, Maddie is ready, Bailey is ready, Kendall's ready. If I get glitchy, you have my permission to turn off your video anytime throughout the day because apparently the video takes a lot of streaming, a lot of internet. So if I'm glitchy or if I can't hear you, our first thing that we're going to do is turn off the video now. And then if it still is glitchy, leave and rejoin, okay? All right, so we have this problem. Remember, sometimes the problem can be written as an addition problem, and sometimes it can be solved as a subtraction problem, and sometimes you could solve it either way, okay? So keep that in mind. There's multiple ways to solve these problems, these word problems. Let's go through this one, and then we will discuss it. A small bag holds 3 fewer soccer balls than a big bag. So the small bag holds 3 less. The small bag holds 9 soccer balls. How many balls does the big bag hold? So we have our small soccer bag. Here's my soccer bag. The small bag holds, oh wait, I'm sorry. The small bag holds 9 soccer balls and it holds 3 fewer than the big bag. So we're gonna have 2 bags. So here's our big bag. And the small bag holds 9 soccer balls. How many balls does the big bag hold? So you're trying to figure out how many does the big bag hold? Go ahead and solve that problem. The small bag has 3 less than the big bag. So the big bag should have 3 more balls than the small bag. You do not have to do my picture. You can do whichever method you'd like. Go ahead. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to solve this problem. Then we'll talk about it. Yes, Shazab.
I accidentally put that up.
Okay. small bag holds 3 soccer balls, 3 fewer soccer balls than a big bag. The small bag holds 9. So how many balls does the big bag hold? That question was a little tongue twister for me. I love how hard I see friends working. Awesome job. Okay, Jed, if you were done, solve it a different way. Try solving it a second way if you are done. And go back and check your work if you are finished. Checking our work.
Okay. Where should she take her tablet?
Okay, Sahaj, then I want you listening to this next part, okay? Okay, wherever you are at, put your pencil down. Not only was this problem a tongue twister for Miss Mize, I was struggling reading it. It is a tricky problem. So let's think about this for a little bit. It says a small bag holds 3 fewer soccer balls than a big bag. I'm going to draw things today. So we have 2 bags. We're going to have our big bag and our small bag. Okay, big bag and our small bag. Let me zoom out. The small bag, well, first off, we know that the big bag holds 3 more balls than the small bag. So in our small bag, we have 9 soccer balls. So draw your 9 soccer balls. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know that the small soccer ball has 3 fewer. So the big soccer ball has 3 extra soccer balls than the small bag. Okay, so that's how I want you thinking of it. So if you turn to page 64, explaining it, you can write, we're on page 64. I'll give you a second to turn to page 64. Point to explain it. And following along as I read. Okay, you can write what you know and do not know. So we know, that's kind of what I did here. Is drawing, for me, for Miss Mize, I have to draw a picture. I need to visualize it, I need to see it. So I know that the small bag has 9 balls. I drew my 9 balls. I know that the small bag, in order to know how many we need in the big bag, we need to add 3. The small bag has 3 less balls in it than the big bag does. And we're trying to find how many balls are in the big bag. So remember how Miss Mize has been saying, is it something we know or something we're trying to find out? That's kind of what I'm talking about when we do that, when we're underlining the problem. So we know the small bag has 3 fewer soccer balls than the big bag. We know the small bag holds 9 soccer balls. We're trying to find out how many balls does the big bag hold. So underline what we know, circle what we're trying to find out. Do that on page 64 now. Underline what we know, circle what we're trying to find out. Underline what we know, circling what we're trying to find out. So we're trying to solve for how many balls does the big bag hold? Any questions on that so far? Okay. So now there's also picture it. You can draw a picture. We can use kind of our bar model to draw that picture. It's very similar to what I just did here. Very similar. Instead, it's a little more organized. So they drew, the small bag has 9 balls in the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 balls there. We know that the big bag also has 9 balls, but it has an extra 3 balls in it because the small bag has 3 fewer balls. So this is a picture that you could represent it with. Did anyone use this method? Thumbs up if you used this method, if you drew some sort of picture or something similar to this. Okay, that's pretty cool. Thumbs up if you used a different method. If you used a different method, what method did you use? I'm curious. What method did you use? Type it in the chat. What method did you use?
Miss Mize,
Yes, Adeline.
is it okay if I say what I did?
Yes, you can just say it to me right now.
What I did is I draw how many numbers were on the dots, like the red dots. I drew all the way to 9. So then I did a plus in the middle. Then I counted 9, 10.
Good, Adeline. Okay, so Adeline used numbers instead. Alan used a bar model. Sahaj said a bar model. Jalen used 10 frames. Alan used fact families, number bonds. Okay, awesome. Whatever works in your brain, you can use. I, however, am just going to be talking about this model, okay? And always try the model that they ask you to use. Try it, and then if you want to solve it a different way, you can always solve it a different way. Okay, go ahead and turn to page 66. You guys are rocking these problems. So I want to do an exit ticket, and I want to talk about what you will need to complete on your own. So our exit ticket today is going to be problem number 8. This is our exit ticket. So you do not have to, so that number 8 we'll do later. Today, your independent practice, before you move on to extra math or iReady math lessons, you are going to complete problem 6. Circle it.
What page is it on?
Page 66. You are going to do problem 7. I want you to erase the top line. So you're doing problem 6 and problem 7 for independent practice today. 8 we will come back to in just a second. That's going to be our exit ticket today. Are we good for me to move on? Thumbs up if you're ready for me to keep going. We can keep circling. Okay, cool. So you will be doing problem 6 and 7 on your own. You will then turn to page 68. 68. You are going to do problems 2 and problems 4. So before you go on to extra math today, you will be doing problems 6 and 7 on page 66, and you'll be doing problems 2 and 4 on 68. I'm going to add that to the slide right now so we don't forget. That is what you will be working on. I'm going to write that in right now. Page 66, numbers 6 and 7. And then you're going to do page 68, problems 2 and 4.
Can we leave?
You are not leaving yet. Okay, so that will be on the slide for you. Okay, turning back to page 66. Your exit ticket today is to do problem number 8, and then you're going to type in the chat the correct answer once you have shown your work. So you will hold up your work, and then you will type it into the chat what the correct answer is. Let's go over it together though. Problem number 8 on page 66. Pencil up so I know you're ready to go. Jalen is ready. Wyatt is ready. Maddie is ready. Thank you. Shazabe, are you ready? All right, awesome. Okay, Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures. So we know she has some large ones, but she has for sure 9 small ones. That's something that we know. We're given that information. Underline it. We know she has 9 small pictures and she has some amount of large pictures. We just don't know that amount yet. Okay, keep following along. She has 5 fewer large pictures than small pictures. Underline it. That's also information that we know. How many large pictures does Sally have? Circle it. Show your work, and I want you to circle the answer, and then you're going to type the answer in the chat. Go ahead and begin. If you need help, let me know, and I can help you solve this problem. Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures. She has 5 fewer large pictures than small pictures. How many large pictures does Sally have? Shazabe, you are good to go. Kendall, you are good to go. Maddie, I want you to check your work. Kendall, you had the correct answer and then you changed your answer. So go back and check your work. Jalen, check your work. Large pictures. Wait, let me do this problem. I think I'm doing my math wrong. Oh, wait, no, Kendall, you had the right answer the second time. Yes. Jalen, you're good. Maya, you are good. Gwen, you are good. Shreya, you are good. Jenna, you are good. Eli, go ahead and hang out here and we'll do it in just a minute, okay? Jet, you are good to go. Addison, hang out here. Adeline, hang out here. Okay, I am going to work on this problem with friends. So if you'd like to join us, you are more than welcome to, especially if you are a little confused. So let's talk about this. Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures. So this bar, I'm gonna do small pictures on the bottom, and I'm gonna put an S over here for small. And for large pictures, they're gonna be in red, and they're gonna be L's, okay? Those colors are too close together. I'm gonna do purple S's, large L's. So she has 9 small pictures. So I'm gonna write 9 S's to represent my small pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So she has 9 small pictures. Do we understand what I did so far? Eli, are you following along? Can you put your camera back on, bud? Thank you. Okay. All right. It says she has 5 fewer large pictures than small pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to also draw 9 large pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And she has 5 fewer large pictures. So then I have to go and cross out 5 fewer. And then it's asking, how many large pictures does she have? Well, I'm crossing out 5 pictures. How many large pictures does she have left? How many large pictures does she have left? Only large. Type it in the chat. Jane, you're good to go. Maddie, you are good to go. Good, Adeline. She only has 4, or not 4, sorry. 4 large pictures left. So you know that A is the correct answer. You don't have to draw it how I did. You can do it a different way too. Okay, if this problem makes 100% sense to you, you may go get started on the independent practice, the independent problems. If it did not make sense to you, stay here and let's work on problem 6 together. And I'm going to give friends about 30 more seconds to finish their thoughts for problem 8, and then we will work on problem 6 together.
Can I leave?
If you feel 1000% confident on this problem, Sahaj, you may. Go do the independent practice. If not, stay here and let's do problem 6 together. Okay, let's work on problem number 6. Ted has 8 white balloons and Mike has 6 red balloons. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Show your work. Go ahead and solve this problem. Solve this problem for me. So Ted has 8 white balloons. That's something we know we're going to underline. And Mike has 6 red balloons. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? That's what we're trying to figure out. So I'm going to circle that. Are you guys ready to solve this problem? Okay, so let's check our work. So following along, checking your work as I talk, okay? So I'm gonna represent white balloons as black because white we wouldn't be able to see right now on white paper, right? So I'm gonna represent it with black, a black pen. So she has 8 white balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mike has 8 red balloons. Or 6 red balloons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? What could we do here to show our work? What could we do here? Unmute yourself. What could we do?
You could count the last 2 numbers and 6.
You could count the last 2 numbers, okay? What else could we do to represent it? What else could we do? Orion, do you have an idea? So if we have 8 balloons up here and 6 balloons down here, we're trying to see how many more balloons Ted has over Mike.
Add them all together.
Are we adding them together?
No.
Let's read the problem. Ted has 8 white balloons and Mike has 6 red balloons. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Remember, Ted's here and Mike is down here. How many more balloons does Ted have?
2.
How many more balloons does Ted have? Orion, hold up your fingers. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Bailey, hold up your fingers. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Okay, I see 2. Awesome. He does have 2 left. Because here, if we cancel out, cross out Mike and Ted's balloons that they have the same number of, we have 2 left over. So you know that Ted has 2 balloons. Do we feel good about that? Independently, I want you guys to go do problems 2 and 4 on page 68. Problems 2 and 4 on page 68. Okay, if you want to stay here and work, you may. If not, I will see you a little later. Bye, Bailey. Yes, Alan, question.
I kind of just have a question explaining my work on Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures.
Uh-huh.
Has 5 large pictures and small pictures. How many large pictures does Sally have?
So do you want help on that one, or what's your question? You need help on it?
Help on it. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it a different model. Let's see if we can come up with something else. Can I grab a white piece of paper? Okay, so we have, Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures. I'm gonna keep this up here, okay? Sally has some large pictures and some small pictures. How many small pictures does she have, Alan?
4.
How many small pictures does she have? It says Sally has some large pictures and 9 small pictures.
Oh, she has 9.
She has 9 small pictures, right? So I'm gonna do 9 small pictures. There's my 9 small pictures. I'm gonna represent them with squares this time. Last time I represented them with S's and circles. I'm gonna do squares this time. Okay, and it says she has 5 fewer large pictures than small pictures. So 5 fewer. So I'm going to draw, it's 5 fewer. So how could we represent that in a picture?
Like crossing it out, 5 fewer.
5 fewer. So what could we do?
We can cross out 5.
We could cross out 5 boxes, right? 5 of the small pictures. And then we'll know 3, 4, 5. We know that there's 4 pictures total for large pictures.
Yeah.
So we have 9 small pictures and we have 4 large pictures. So your answer is 4.
Okay.
This is a tricky question. It's a tricky one. Alan, go ahead and work on problem 2.
Okay.
And then if that makes sense to you, you can go, okay?
Okay.
Read through it, and if it makes sense to you, then you can go. Orion, how are we feeling?
Good.
Good?
No.
What was that?
I still need help.
Okay, what one would you like help on? Unmute yourself.
The one with Ted.
The one with Ted. Where's Ted? Oh, Ted. Okay, let's look at Ted. Okay, I'm gonna use this white paper again. I'm gonna cover this. Ted has 8 white balloons. How would you like to represent 8 white balloons? What do you want to do? Circles, squares, lines? How would you like to represent 8 white balloons? Do you want to draw 8 white balloons?
Circles.
Circles, okay. Go ahead and draw 8 circles. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went back and checked to make sure that I have 8 circles. No more, no less. And then it says, and Mike has 6 red balloons. So I'm going to draw how many red balloons?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw it on your paper. Do you have this on your paper? You can just keep yourself unmuted, Orion.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's asking, how many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Well, Ted's up here. Ted has 8, remember? And Mike has 6. How many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? How many, Orion?
2.
2. Okay, so he has 2 balloons left over, or more. He has 2 more balloons than Mike. And that's your answer. Because it's asking, how many more balloons does Ted have than Mike? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, Orion, I want you to go do problem 2 right now and stay here. Go do problem 2. It says there are 4 fewer markers than crayons. There are 6 markers. How many crayons are there? Ooh, this is a tricky one. This is a tricky problem. There are 4 fewer markers than crayons. Right now, we can't think about that. There are 6 markers. So let's represent our markers. How do we want to draw our markers, Orion?
Circles.
You want to do circles? Okay, I'm going to do blue circles for markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 markers.
Freud.
6.
Chekhov.
Yes, Alan.
Is this correct? On
Number
problem 68, there are 4 fewer markers than crayons. There are 6 markers. How many crayons are there? Show your work.
Okay, then how many crayons?
6. Okay, 6 and yes, that is correct.
What about, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's correct. So what about this one?
There is 12 counters, there is 7. How many fewer? Yes. Good job, Alan.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead and I haven't fixed your extra math. Go try it again. And then if it still doesn't work, do SMI Ready math, okay? Actually, no, go switch over to phonics. Don't do that. Switch over to phonics, okay? Okay, Orion. So we have 6, there are 6 markers. We know that. And then it says, we're trying to solve for how many crayons are there total? So how many crayons are there? I'm gonna circle that. That's what we're trying to solve for. We're trying to figure out how many crayons we have.
So there are like, so if a few means we take away. I noticed that you.
Yes, Orion.
So I draw 10 frames and I drew 6. Then I took away 4 since I saw a 4.
Okay, so you took away your 4 fewer markers, and how many crayons are left?
2.
Boom. You just solved that problem.
Good.
Orion, I loved that you saw that there are fewer. The word fewer helps you. So I'm going to read you problem number 4. Tell me what word tells you.
I'm done.
Sarah has 12 counters. Diego has 7 counters. How many fewer counters does Diego have? Fewer. We have that fewer word again. So go and solve problem number 4. Are you doing 10 frames again, Orion?
Yeah, they're easy for me.
Okay, let's do 10 frames. I love a 10 frame.
Okay. Okay. Now I have to take away.
Yeah.
What a sigh that was, Orion.
What's your answer? How much is it?
So I'm gonna take away 7.
You're going to take away 7. Yes.
So there are 5.
There are 5 left over. Orion, you just solved problem number 4. Awesome job, bud. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. It is 9:50. Go take a 5-minute break. And then I want you to go watch the phonics videos, Miss Boffman's video. Okay?
Actually gonna go over to phonics.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome job,
Have a good
Orion.
break.
Very proud of you. I'll see you in a bit.
See you.
Bye, bud.